Okay, welcome back to Spy X Family Anime Review Episode 28. We have a spoiler review for this one. The movie itself came out in Japan just 4 months ago. This is reviewing Spy X Family Code White. Yep. Which, of course, yes, they pretty much retained the voice cast. They do a few new ones here, so let's get started with this one. We start out basically with Anya coming home from. Well, first we have Yor, because the movie's a lot of focus on Yor and Anya. The whole family gets basically a big focus on one. So you have Yor, basically where she sees Lloyd talking to, he thinks his girlfriend. It's a big plot thread for the whole movie. He's actually talking to Nightshade. Talking spy talk. And of course, basically, coworkers think that he might be cheating on her. He really isn't. And then we cut to home where Anya basically wants to make this special dessert, which apparently the principal is a big fan of. So they proceed. They go out of the country. They go out of town for a few days to get this particular dessert. They go to the particular restaurant. They go there, and they go on the train. And on the train, apparently Bond, who's brought along, gets a vision in the future of them going to the baggage car with a key. Of course, there's no key at this point. To unlock a suitcase, and there's something inside of this box. So they go to the bathroom, and then she goes down. She goes to where the vision takes her, and of course they find the suitcase, unlock it with the key that just happened to be there. And what's inside the box? A ball of chocolate. And has her cover story of like chocolate thieves, and the fact that it's going to cause like destruction of a country because of chocolate. No, that's not how that works. Chocolate does not cause downfall. It may cause some fall of a company if another company knows a particular this recipe of this chocolate ball, but not a whole freaking country. It's just so silly. What turns out was actually inside that thing is actually this, believe it or not, it's a microfilm in the shape of a mini starburst, except it's black. And throughout the whole movie, of course, these guys are looking for her, and of course they chase after her, and then of course Yor comes in and tells Anya, please close your eyes. She does, and Yor proceeds to beat the crap out of these two for daring to threaten her daughter. Well, her adopted daughter, mostly. Yep. It's like, I'll tell Lloyd about this. And they arrive, and they just happen to find the restaurant, and they have one slice left, and then there's this colonel who comes in, insists on taking away this particular dessert. By the way, the colonel was voiced by John Sweeney. Yes, John Sweeney. As in All for One from My Hero Academia, and Sir Crocodile from One Piece. I did not expect him to be here at all. Like, I never heard any advertisements related to the fact he was part of the dub cast. But happy to see the guy. He does a great job of playing this colonel. And he's been to have a little contest with Lloyd because they're both connoisseurs. So, guess the sugar content. Lloyd guessed the correct sugar, but apparently he wasn't clear enough, so he kind of cheated and put down measurements. I'm like, dude, you should be a little more clear than that, saying you wanted measurements. So basically, Anya is very sad, of course, come back in the morning, but it turns out the restaurant itself, the best way to describe it is that the ingredients make this particular dessert went up on Monday. So Lloyd basically volunteered his family to go shopping for them to get the ingredients for this dessert. And I think that the restaurant owner, he may have actually given them money. I know he gave him basically a laundry list for this particular thing. But I'm sure he gave him money. I'm sure he did, because I highly doubt that Lloyd would take their family funds to buy the ingredients for a restaurant dessert. I highly doubt he would do that, per se. Because I'm sure he is like, being the father, and kind of the head of the family, he would probably take very good care of the family finances. I'm sure he probably does do that, because in the case of Yor, I don't think basically that she would be worried about it, because she figures Lloyd will take care of it because he gets a high paid job working as a psychiatrist. Of course, she does not know the fact that he's an agent of Wise, and Wise is like, by the way, handlers in the movie, of course, still voiced by the awesome Stephanie Young. Yep. And Frankie is in the movie, and you might be curious, is the voice actor from the show? Yes, as far as I can tell, nobody had a change of voice actor, as far as I can tell. So then, of course, they find their missing ingredient. Of course, they obviously find that this guy with a shooting gallery, which it's a toy thing. And of course, here's the thing: Anya figures out right away that apparently the reason why those toys never been knocked over because there's actual metal bars behind them. And Lloyd obviously knocks him over, and the guy attempts to cover up his fraud by standing in front of them. And he gets this orange syrup he's looking for, and then he also looks for this non-alcoholic liquid. And he basically is like, can't find any source of this, so gotta do the Lego method. So he uses spy work to look all over town, look for this damn thing. And then Frankie, he calls up Frankie to bring him some. And Frankie pops in the post-credits scene looking for him and can't find him, because the whole movie's over at that point. So then, of course, Anya finds out exactly where it is thanks to a vision from Bond. Instead of telling, her parents, because they find out that she's a telepath, and the fact also that Bond can tell the future, she and Bond sneak out of the hotel, which is a very nice looking hotel. And I in case you're curious though, have I ever stayed in a hotel like this where it has a room, has like 3 beds like this? Yes, I have. Comfort Inn Suites. They actually have basically a suite like this, where it's like it has like a kitchen, basically like a living room, and like 2 bedrooms, and both have 2 beds each. But yeah, we actually had like 2 or 3 of these at a hotel. We usually stay at these whenever we went to Universal for Rock Universe. So they sneak out, of course they find it, and then they're caught by the 2 soldiers from the beginning. And Bond rips one of their armbands, and then of course Nightingale proceeds to ignore. Of course, she volunteers to go out to give Lloyd the information about holding Operation Strix for now because of this particular macrofilm. And Hannah tells her no, but she goes anyway. So he rushes out, and of course, and of course, while Lloyd and Yor are talking, you get the knock on the door. He's like, "Housekeeping." He's like, "I didn't order housekeeping." And of course, it's of course Nightshade under the skies. He has, of course, a formal situation, and then of course where she comes later on where she's like, "Oh yeah, call housekeeping. Need some backup," and she needs to find out exactly where the colonel's going. He has this gigantic airship that also Lloyd finds out about it too, and Ymir, she proceeds to come along, or Yor. Yeah, she comes along. And in the cargo hold, of course, he proceeds to fly there. Ani is basically taken to this airship. And they're waiting for her to go poop. Yes, seriously, there's a whole entire scene dedicated to this. And then they have this most bizarre sequence I have ever seen in an anime movie. There is this old man who is known as, get this, the Poop God. Yes, voiced by Bruce Elliott. He does fine with the role, though I'm thinking, what the heck is this? What the heck is a Poop God? And like, oh, welcome to the Garden of Toilets. We have statues going number 1. Male statues. I'm like, is this necessary? Like, this whole sequence is so trippy. And then you have Anya hopping into a toilet. Like, what the heck is this? And then she finally does leave the room, and of course goes number 2, and might be a sewage. And, by the way, before she went, because she refused to go, they were considering cutting her belly open and get damn microchip. 5-year-old little girl, and they throw the cut her belly open. And eventually, the colonel wanted to do it himself because the other two didn't want to do it. They wanted to run through the sewers, look for the damn thing. So, of course, you have Yoid come on board, beats everybody. Ymir fights this F1, which is an android. Well, actually, it's a cyborg who can shoot guns. Which we first see this thing, it like the big overcoat, the big barrel gun, like the first thing came to mind when I saw this guy. It reminds me of Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. Except you will have this guy saying stars, stars, stars. But appearance-wise, it looks exactly like him. If you basically kept the coat on, the hat, it looks exactly like Nemesis. Or the Tyrant from Resident Evil 2. How I know about these two? Because I've seen walkthroughs. That's how I know about these two. And plus, also Nemesis was featured in Resident Evil. It was second movie, Resident Evil Apocalypse, I think it was. Yes. So, Ymir fights. By the way, there's also a subplot where they're in the. There's a little scene they do pay off a little later where they're given lipstick. And apparently this lipstick, the first ingredient is oil. Now, I have never heard of basically oil being used for lipstick. Wouldn't that be dangerous for a woman to basically put lipstick that has oil in it? Like, is it gasoline oil? Like, they don't say what oil it is, just says oil. And this is what Ymir uses to basically destroy F1. You know, you also have this funny scene of basically Lloyd disguises himself as a lieutenant and then gets to fight with the colonel, and then during a smoke screen proceeds to put on a face mask look exactly like his, and of course basically he knocks out. And here's the thing, is pointed out by the colonel that he's got a very good nose, and he says, "Oh, Lieutenant smells like city," so that's immediately found out he was an imposter. And because of the fact that he posed as the colonel, it'd be hard for his men to find out which one is which, so he knocks the colonel out, and of course they take him out. They told them to abandon the ship because things exploded thanks to some idiot throwing a grenade at Yor. So the thing goes in the water, avoids basically crashing into town, and it turns out the microchip was not in Anya's belly or Chimera rear end. It was in her teeth all along. And I'm like, really? Like, you couldn't bother to open her mouth and check and see if it was actually there, because they assumed that she swallowed it. Because the microchip was actually inside the candy. And of course, also, Lloyd proceeds to smuggle it back to Wise underneath the wrapping of a wine bottle. That's actually really a smart idea. Classic spy tactic, that hiding info underneath a wine bottle. Like, you peel back the label, and look, there's the microchip. The one they were searching for the movie, like, cool. And of course, like Anya tries to cook this particular thing, and the oven explodes at the school. And of course, new judge, the vice principal. And they want to go out of town again to a warmer environment because the first place they went to was snowy. And that's the movie. Really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Would I recommend it to anybody? Yes, definitely. As long as you watch the series, you'll definitely enjoy the humor. Yep. But as for season 3, don't know when it's coming out. As far as I can tell, I don't think they've announced season 3 yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they had. Let me take a look and see about that. No announcement of a season 3. Yeah, so So yeah, I should point out though, this series was nominated for the 8th Crunchyroll Awards for Best Comedy, Best Continuous Series, Must Play Character at All Costs, Best Ending Sequence, Voice Performance for Japan, Arabic, and Castellan. The only ones that did win was for Best Comedy and Most Spectacular at All Costs, Anya Voyager. Everything else was nominated, but they didn't win. If you were curious, who won for Best Continuing Series? It was One Piece. Anime of the Year, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Best New Series, Chainsaw Man. Best Film, Suzume. Best Original Anime, Buddy Daddies. Yes. Best Animation, The Sword Village arc for Demon Slayer. Best Character Design for Jujutsu Kaisen. Best Director, Jujutsu Kaisen. Cinematography, Jujutsu Kaisen. Best Art Design, Demon Slayer Stars Village. Best Romance, Hire Me and Missing Pieces. Best Comedy, Spy X Family. The point is Season 1 Core 2. Best Action, Jujutsu Kaisen. Best Fantasy, Demon Slayer Stars Village. Best Drama, Attack on Titan Final Chapter Special, which I have reviewed. Best Last of Life, Bocchi the Rock, which some of the ones I didn't watch. Best Male Character, Luffy. Best Supporting Character, Sandra Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Of course, I mentioned my best singer at all costs. Best Anime Song, Idol from Oshino Ko. Best Score for Attack on Titan Final Season, Final Chapter Special 1. Best Opening Title Sequence, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Best Ending Sequence, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Best Voice Acting Performance, this one for Japanese, one voice acting for Sandra Gojo. The English one, Denji for Chainsaw Man. Spanish, Chainsaw Man. Castellan, Chainsaw Man. French, Jujutsu Kaisen. Arabic, Dr. Stone. German, Chainsaw Man. Italian, Chainsaw Man. Voice acting for Portuguese, Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, wow. Yeah. Spy X only won 2 awards. And you would think, winning 6 awards, we get a season 2 for Chainsaw Man. Nope, we get a frickin' movie. Yeah, we get a movie called The Ren's Arc. Yeah, I have to look and see exactly when The Ren's Arc is going to be, but like, there's no announcement when it's going to be, but yeah. And I really hope that Crunchyroll requests Chainsaw Man. The public, it won a lot of awards. People love it here. That I'm hoping people will beg Crunchyroll to ask Mappa, hey Mappa, can you please give us season 2 of Chainsaw Man? And also, Cloverworks, please give us Spy X Family season 3. Okay? Let's hope so. Okay, so let's be pretty much a particular view for Spy X Family for now, until whenever there's season 3. Next up will be Remonster. If I get time, I'm probably doing a stream soon. I'm not sure I've got a link for it yet. But if not, basically after Remonster, next episode that won't be Too Much We Live Fantasy, Blue Access, and Mushoku Tensei. Okay, next video. Bye.